All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Cut the music, cut the music. All right, we got to get to it, man. I can't procrastinate no longer. Sorry for the wait. Sorry it took so long. I had some things to do, but we are here. We are here. And I want to make sure that I get y'all involved with the StreamYard. First and foremost, man, appreciate to the GMS fam pulling up today on this Monday. Shout out to CDT Beach. Shout out to C Mo. Shout out to Samajan. Shout out to Stiller Lee, Prince Young. Alma's in the building. Southern California's in the building. Glow's in the building. Hey, make sure you share this live right now. Also, shout out where you from. I see DC is in the building, man. Where y'all tuning in from? Let me know. Brim Dog is here. What's going on, family? All right. Now, let us talk. Let us talk about these things. I got a few things I want to bring up. Let me make sure I get this StreamYard. I need to make sure I get the link and put it in the chat. Okay. Let me put the link in the chat so that y'all can get it. Make sure y'all can tune in. I don't really feel the need to play no back. Every time I try to do background music on StreamYard, it always ends up to be BS because I can't do it. I don't know why. I have to keep going back and like press and play and shit. That's why I like using my other setup. I'm gonna learn how to use my other setup and get people to join in. Other than that, I mean, StreamYard is like the best place possible for me to do this. So I'm just want to make sure that we do it the right way with no glitches and no mess ups or anything like that. So the StreamYard link is posted at the bottom. If you want to join in on the show, talk about whatever, talk about some topics, promote your businesses, your music, anything that you're doing out there, man, the platform is open to you today. Now, as always, before anybody jumps in, I know it takes a while for people to muster up the energy to hop into the live. We do have some things to discuss, and that also help with the topics if you guys want to join in and talk about some of the things that I have on the agenda today. Now, first and foremost, I didn't get to talk about it on Friday, but I want to talk about it here. Okay. Now, I cannot play the video because I don't want to have the dangerous Tasha K coming after me, but y'all seen what happened. Let me see if I'm gonna play the audio. How about that? Is that fair? Can I play the audio? We're gonna play the audio of what happened, of the video, or what Tasha K had to say back to Corey Holcomb, because as you know, she was put in the grievances that R. Kelly had about his situation in his court case and her being involved with personal things in his court case. And this is she instead of responding, you know what I'm saying, instead of going back and being like, yeah, I didn't do this, or yeah, I did that, she did a skit. So this is what she had to say. Hold on, let me share this shit.
Yes, hi. Netflix, yes. Deborah Grant for Greg, the CEO. This is Deborah. He knows me. Please put me through. Yes, I'll hold. Okay. Greg, hi. How are you, Deborah Grant? You remember me?
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah, you don't? Okay, well, listen, let me refresh your memory, okay? I represent comedian Aries Spears and Corey Holcomb. Oh, now you do. Yes, I know. The over-the-top lady that's always, raising hell at their comedy shows, because I know you guys are always trying to find new talent. And listen, I know before you hang up, I know I caught you at a bad time, but I want to run something past you, okay? I have an idea. I have something really big. My clients and I wanted to pitch this to you, okay? Just give me 5 minutes. That's all I need. So, okay, so Aries Spears, Corey Holcomb. Netflix comedy special on pedophiles. Yes, this has never, ever been done in the history of comedy specials. Okay, so get this. All right, this is for and by pedophiles. All right, this is going to be the first ever done in the history of comedy, okay? A Netflix special done by pedophiles, for pedophiles, in support of pedophiles, and I want to shoot it in the prison. Yes. You know why? Because my client, Corey Holcomb, oh man, he's been in the comedy sector for a long time. Very, very long time, okay? He's been grinding, he's been pushing, and I know that you've seen him, and he's not quite, Netflix ready, but I think given his recent interview with R. Kelly, this is gonna make for a win-win situation. We can even have R. Kelly open up. Greg, listen to me. Listen to me before you hang up. Listen to me, okay? Listen, pedophiles need love too. Pedophiles need support too, okay? We can make some real money here. Do you know pedophiles are sitting in prisons right now? We can do a whole comedy tour. A whole comedy tour just for pedophiles.
Jesus.
Okay? Now, no kids allowed. No kids allowed. But I think in order to keep the spirit amongst the pedos in prison and them during this Netflix special, because they've been waiting their entire lives for this moment. You have to understand, getting a Netflix special is extremely big. Extremely huge. This is the biggest thing. This is what they work their entire lives for. You've seen Monique. Monique just took you to court. This is it. And this can be their big moment. And not only do they look like pedos, okay? They talk like them, and they actually, they hang with them. I mean, just me hearing a phone call between my client, Corey, and R. Kelly, they're really building something together. I'm telling you, this could be huge. And R. Kelly, you don't think that this is going to bring millions of views just based off of his name alone? Now, I know, in order to keep the spirit, listen, no kids will be allowed. This is for over 18, okay? But we will allow Corey Holcomb's 2 daughters to sit in on the special while we're recording at the prisons, just so the pedos can have some inspiration for their jokes. Yes. What do you say? What do you say? I mean, come on, Greg. They look like him. I mean, Corey looks just like the uncle that my mom forbid me to sit on the lap of. Come on, you look at this guy. You can tell you're not supposed to allow your children around him sitting on his lap. And then now, like he's linked with one of the biggest pedos in the world? Greg, come on, don't do that. Greg, don't hang up. Greg, this is perfect. This is our moment. This is our moment, Greg.
And that was pretty much that. Now, Tasha K, let me just say, that was very corny. I get the angle, but it was very corny. And like my man Simo down here said right here, Cardi B knocked the fire out of Tasha K. Bitch can't even roast no more. And that's really what it is too. She can't really say nothing because she's afraid that people may get at her the same way Cardi did. That it was some cornball shit. But on the other hand, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this shit was gonna happen. I knew that Corey was gonna open up the floodgates to people calling him that term. And not only that, there's enough evidence to back up their claims. You can do an entire compilation. And the way that society is set up, they're not going to look at him as a comedian. They're just going to look at him as somebody who said something about underage kids. You can literally do a compilation of the things that Corey has said about little girls or his defense behind R. Kelly. Here's the thing. There's no proof, or there's no, other than him saying things on his show, you can't really put that label on him. But like I said, it opens the floodgates. And if I'm somebody who denounces that type of activity all around, I'm not going to make exemptions, or I'm not going to exempt somebody for what they did that's the same just because I like their music or because they come from the same city that I come from. It makes no sense to me. Now, it's going to be interesting to hear if, and that's a big if, Corey's going to respond to that, because here's another thing. This is also coming back full circle. Now, I know y'all remember what happened to Black Babel. We have not seen Black Babel since the heat has been brought on him with allegations of that sort. This, to me, is a form of karma. Because if Tasha K really wanted to double down and really wanted to go hard with this narrative, she could. She has a very big platform and a lot of fans who most likely can outweigh the 5150 voice just because of the simple fact that she has a more modern fan base and people that really utilize the internet in that way. And this is just one of those moments where you shouldn't jump out the window if you're somebody who defends this type of stuff. Because like I said before, when we talk about the R. Kelly situation and we talk about what's going on with that, the one thing everybody has seemed to agree on was the fact that he most likely messed with underage girls. That alone should exempt anyone from wanting to try to back him up or wanting to, you know what I'm saying, or wanting to defend him or try to do so much as to try to help him get out of prison. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird situation, but I don't think that it's a hill to die on. And for some reason, Corey took that route. So now we have Tasha K, somebody who is very influential, somebody who had to run to Africa because she got sued for stirring up so much controversy with other prominent individuals. She really doesn't have to talk about Corey Holcomb or that situation, but I'm telling you, man, don't just because Tasha K is a weirdo does not mean that her influence isn't strong out here. And yes, you are right. Brinky brought up Precise. Precise was talking about this a lot. And Precise talked about some of his personal interactions with Corey around this type of ordeal, trying to hint towards certain things, trying to talk about certain things, talking about how he could expose some things. And then you go to what happened recently between him and Darlene talking about how she has this and that, and it's on the computer, it's on a flash drive and all this other shit and different information she has. There's a reason why somebody doesn't want to put business out there of yours when you constantly are going at them on a public platform. I wonder what it is that it's so bad that Darlene is like, no, no matter what this man says or what he does or how much he tries to embarrass me on this show, I won't say it. Don't let Tasha K get a hold of some shit. That's going to be the craziest thing of it all. Because here's the thing about Tasha K's situation. Although she lost her case against Cardi B, she was getting information from people in her circle and people close to it. And most likely paying for it. It's a lot of payola in this type of industry, especially when it comes to gossip and drama. So all I'm saying is tomorrow night, we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see if people respond or not. But I will say, man, tread lightly with these bloggers, man. These bloggers are wild. You think you can go and do background checks on niggas and search up where niggas live and all that? Nah. What they do is in no comparison to these bloggers who really got info and really can shake the room and really can get some info out of some people. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Now, moving forward from the Tasha K situation, I heard about what happened with Donald Trump. Now, Trump is supposed to get arrested tomorrow, apparently. Apparently, Donald Trump is supposed to get arrested tomorrow, and he is in shambles. He is scared. He's terrified. He doesn't know what to do. So what he decided to do was take to his Instagram and post up this message, which reads, well, it's one of the two messages or three messages he put up. But on this second part, he said, now illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan district attorney's office, which has allowed new records to be set in violent crime and whose leader is funded by George Soros, indicate that with no crime being able to be proven and based on an old and fully debunked by numerous other prosecutors fairy tale, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest, take our nation back. This is the same rhetoric that was used before the insurrection. You don't have to necessarily say go out and riot. You don't have to necessarily say go out and storm the Capitol. All it takes is a simple line like take our nation back. You know what's crazy about this? This is how insane America is. Donald Trump is one person. And he is so driven and motivated by power that he is equivalating who he is to the entire American values, making him the face of America, so that the people that believe in him, who are so patriotic, don't necessarily look at him as a human, but look at him as a god or some type of entity of some sort. So when Donald Trump says, take our nation back, people, I swear to you, I'm not even tripping. This is how insane I feel the MAGA clan is. People are probably envisioning the United States of America with eyes and lips talking about take America back for us, take our nation back, protest, do what you can to save me. They're arresting Trump. They're not arresting America. They're not arresting, they're not going around with martial law, going around taking citizens. They are arresting a singular man. And he's requesting that you protest and take the nation back. Come on, man. This is and I'm telling you, this is the same guy that is currently getting away with what he did the first time with the insurrection. Now, whether you support Trump or the things that he does or wants to do for this country, because, you know, it's 2023, Joe Biden's president, but the entire time Donald Trump was president, people were talking about everything he was doing. If he was doing a bunch of shit, why are we still in the same exact place that we were before? Have you ever noticed that when they say that like presidents sign bills or like presidents or like the government has done something or they did this and they try to show record numbers of certain shit, tell me how many of y'all actually see it in real life around where you are, like in your vicinity, in your city? How many of y'all notice this big change that the government has been doing for us for all these years with all these different presidents in office? What have you really noticed? I feel like the best thing that's happened to the American people in a long time, in a very long time, was the pandemic funds. when niggas was getting checks every week. Just getting checks every week, not working. That was the best time in all Americans' lives. White, black, Asian, Mexican, don't matter. That was the only time. The stimmy. The stimmy. When niggas got the stimulus, man, look, it wasn't even, that's the thing. It wasn't even just a stimulus. Niggas was getting the stimulus, but on top of that, we like, hey, we got the one-time little stimulus check. Oh, cool. But niggas is getting paid every week off of unemployment. That was single-handedly the best period in America out of any. And then it ended. And we went right back to the same shit we was doing as a nation. Arguing, separation, complaining. Oh my God, the PPPs. Shout out to the shout out to the phonies. That's it. Hey, that's they R&B group name. All the niggas that finessed off the PPPs, they got to start an R&B group called Phony. Oh man, real shit. Now and it's crazy because we even talked about that. Like anybody that got a STEMI, right, or got a PPP loan, or was getting paid every single week off unemployment. If you didn't take that check, if you didn't take any of that money and save it and try to invest, I'm talking about this is the shit that people be talking about or people be wishing that happens to them out of nowhere. You work hard, you busting your ass every day, your 9 to 5, working 40 plus hours a week, doing overtime, doing all this shit, getting unappreciated. And then all of a sudden, this happens. And now you have the funds to do what you want to do. A lot of people squandered that shit. A lot of people spent it and wasted it, just like they do their tax money. Nobody thought to themselves, man, let me put $100, $200 away every week. Depending on what you got, you could have definitely put way more than that away. I knew some people that was getting over $1,000 a week, knowing that it was coming, knowing that you didn't have to work a certain amount of hours, that money was coming. You could have easily put $500 away every week. Didn't have to do nothing crazy. You was already broke before. You was already living check to check before. Why wouldn't you continue that mentality? A lot of people fuck that shit over, man. It was a test. That shit was a big test for everybody. It was a big test to see what we would do. It was a big test to see how easy it is for us to crumble, how easy it is for us to be swindled. And then they start gradually getting all that money back when they started raising the prices on everything. Inflation happened. People was like, oh, it's inflation. It's like, nah, they getting that STEMI money back. They getting them PPP loans back. They getting all that in unemployment back. They even putting it on your taxes. It's crazy. Straight up. Shout out to Black Hippie. Said I was doing Uber Eats around that time. I never picked up so much food from the gas station, chicken spot, $50. Yeah, see, that's another thing. Niggas was spending money like it was crazy. Niggas was, look, Uber Eats, DoorDash. If you wasn't hustling, doing that shit during that time, and I'm talking about even, man, name a hustle at that time between 2020 and 2021 that would have made niggas millionaires. For one, the one thing, oh yeah, I see you, Kid Gravity. I'm gonna bring you up in a second. The one thing that I seen that was smart as hell when the pandemic first happened was the guys that was going and getting a hand sanitizer and mask by bulk and selling them bitches off. Them niggas became millionaires overnight. If you was somebody who had a hustle, you was making good money during the pandemic. Now, let me bring my guy Kid Gravity in here before we go to another topic. Kid Gravity, what's going on, man? Hey, that's a dope Abby right there.
I appreciate it. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm good. How you been?
I'm good. I'm checking into your show after getting off of my show.
Oh, okay, what's up? I gotta check your shit out, man.
Yeah, it's there. But yeah, I heard what you was talking about. Hey, I did the smart thing. I got out of debt.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Putting your mind in use.
I said, all right, you want to give me an extra 600? Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Yeah, see,
it took about a month, got all that wiped out.
Took away the stress of having to deal. It's like it's one part of the aspect of life when you have bills or when you have debt. It's like shit that hangs on to you and shit that kind of hinders you in certain aspects when you try to, open a credit line or, do some shit like that. Probably try to open a business, some shit like that. Getting that shit off your chest, man, feels great.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially them 3 months where they gave us an extra 600.
Oh man,
Oh, I was
bro.
living. I was loving, bro. It
That
was
was some good
lovely.
shit.
Oh yes, sir.
That's what
But
made me, because I had my, I already had a studio set up and everything. I had my microphone, I had my speakers, my interface, all that. But when I decided I wanted to like do, podcast and do a show or whatever, I was like, I got to get a camera. I need to like,
Mhm.
pay for, certain shit to try to, come out the gate, basically swinging, you know what I'm saying? Get the stream set up, all that. So like, investing in certain things that you wanted to do. Like if nobody invested too, like, damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like even, and I used a lot of that money to move down to Atlanta too. But even people up in New York, where I was from, I was like, okay, you guys got that extra money. How y'all didn't pay y'all rent? You knew
Man,
they were gonna come ask for it eventually. What you think they was gonna forget? And they're like,
that,
oh,
that that's the
we
fucked up
can't pay
part
this
too.
rent. We can't pay our rent. I'm like, what did y'all do with that money?
Oh, so yeah, so there wasn't that something that was going around too. Like they were like, yeah, landlords is telling people they have X amount of days to be evicted. And I was thinking to myself, I didn't think about it at first. Your first reaction is, damn, it's a pandemic, nobody can work. Why are they trying to kick people out? Then you start thinking about how many people was on unemployment. And it was like, them niggas
Yeah.
wasn't paying.
Them landlords were sitting there talking about the government wasn't giving us any help, and we still had to pay the property taxes. We still had to keep the
Exactly.
heat going.
Yeah.
People were moving out. We were still paying for heat to go to them rooms. They're like, nah, we want our money.
Yeah, that's another fucked up part about it too, because you got to think about the fact that they still gotta protect their properties, man. They still gotta. That's how they make their living, by owning these properties and renting them out and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And people kind of take advantage of that type of shit. And I know for a fact there was a lot of them motherfuckers who wasn't paying their rent and trying to use the excuse that, hey, I'm not working, it's a pandemic. It's like, man, your landlord can see that shit. They can see if you on unemployment, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's why they were loving those eviction moratoriums.
Yep.
I was like,
That's
okay,
a
they ain't
fact.
gonna last forever, bro. They gonna want their money. Plus,
So
that
like,
looks bad on your record.
so do you think? Because I've talked about it a few times. Do you think that the inflation happened because the government want they get back from all the money that was handed out?
That's one reason, but I think the other reason is they never fixed the supply chain after they started getting everything back running again. There's still a backlog in LA right now. And now we saw what happened with the railroads.
Yeah.
That a lot of our supplies, like gas and all that, gets transported by the railroads. They not fixing them. So yeah, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, unfortunately. But if we can last another 2 years, we should be back to normal.
Did some of that cause the train derailments that happened recently with some of those toxic spills?
There was the upkeep during the pandemic was not there, so nobody was looking at them. They're supposed to check the rails every, I think, 18 months. They don't check them. They didn't check them. They assumed it.
Fucked up thing happened here in Minnesota. A nuclear plant in Minnesota leaked 400,000 gallons of radioactive water, right? That story broke last week, not even, probably like 4 days ago. They didn't tell us in Minnesota until then, right? Until like a week ago. This happened in November.
Yep.
It happened in November. And nobody knew about it. Everybody's still, of course, using the water. Everybody just kind of just going about life regularly.
Yeah.
And then we get this news.
Yeah.
How would you feel? How would y'all feel too in the chat? And what could we do as like as citizens to even, I mean, what could we do?
You got to go up to your politicians. That's what you got to do. And y'all got to start preparing for the end. I know that a lot of people don't want to hear that. You got to start preparing for the end.
I mean,
you
it's
got to start
looking
getting
like
your
it.
supplies.
It's looking like it.
I mean, I got the water ready. I got the nuclear set up already. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got the water for 2 weeks for each person. I got enough canned goods. I'm just working on getting the piece.
getting the bug out bags and stuff together.
I got that ready to go.
Yeah. We do that here as well. We be talking about that stuff.
You know
man.
what
It's like,
you know what's hard to find right now?
yeah,
Down here, I can't find one of those big gas containers. They only have the small ones.
really.
Yeah, I can't find them down here. I'm gonna have to get it off of Amazon.
See that with us here in Minnesota, I feel like we have more. It's like it's more the ability to like create bunkers, like underground bunkers out here for some reason. I don't know what it is. I just feel like
It's
we
that
have it.
damn snow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Y'all got negative 32 as a high.
bruh, it is real out here. It's real out here, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Bless y'all. I'm in the South. I'm in a little bit of trouble. We can't exactly run into a mountain.
You said you said you was from originally from New York, right?
Yep.
So that's another question I want to know too. Like, do you still pay attention to things that's going on out there?
Every day.
So with the mayor and all this other shit going on, how do you feel about the things that's happening out there in New York and how it seems like there's a divide between the people and politics and government there?
I've said it for 3 years. New York is dead.
Really?
I've lived there all my life. You felt New York changed the day them towers dropped. But what happened in 2020, that city, it's really Sodom and Gomorrah now.
Really?
Yeah. It's all
what makes you feel that way?
It's all for the immigrants now. That's all who they're pandering to. Everybody left. It's not the same. It don't feel the same. Like, this is gonna sound messed up, but we used to get pleasure out of messing with tourists. We don't even do that anymore. Like, we would go around scare tourists in Times Square.
Because now you don't know who the fuck the tourist is.
Exactly. You don't know who it is. Between that, everything. They're charging $100,000 a month for rent for a storefront.
Holy.
Yeah. Rent
wow.
right now on average in Manhattan is $6,000. In Brooklyn, it's at $5,000. And that's just for one bedroom.
So it's funny you brought that up. I see somebody post something the other day on Facebook. They shared a status that they wrote in 2015. They said, "Damn, I wish that I wish a one bedroom apartment didn't cost $900 a month." And then when they shared it, they were like, "Holy shit, do I wish a motherfucking one bedroom was $900 a month right now?"
Yeah, that's how it was over there in Bushwick, over there in Brooklyn.
Oh man,
like you get like a 4-bedroom, 3 of your people, you pay about $4,000 a month. But you got to look at the layout. The layout was beautiful.
But it's like, I mean, what are we working for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
are we
working,
just working
to wake up in the morning to go back to work?
That's exactly. You are only making enough to survive. It's crazy. The prices continue to rise while wages continue to stay the same.
But here's the thing. Then you think, okay, Jersey might be an option. Jersey ain't no option no more. Jersey creeping up. Like, even in the hood Jersey, that you talking about $1,700. And you got to deal with the crime. You go by the waterfront in Jersey City, that's 5 G's for a 1-bedroom. Just look at some water and the skyline. 5 G's.
1,700 to get you a 2-bedroom, or matter of fact, was it a 2? I think it was a 1 or 2-bedroom apartment out here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm paying. Yeah, I got this for about 15. No, when we started, it was about $1,450 for 2 bedrooms.
Man,
nice.
Man,
and we got grass, but it's the South. But now, somebody asked $900 a month. Where this is in Brooklyn, but you're gonna have to share it with people. You're talking about like 3 other people.
Yeah,
in a 4-bedroom apartment. But the apartment is nice because once they kick all them old people out and the Spanish people, they revamped the whole thing, because that area is mostly Spanish and Black, but they revamped the whole thing and then resell that apartment, which used to be at maybe like $1,200. It could be like $4,500 right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Avenue P said 1 bedroom and no washer dryer in unit for 4 G's.
You ain't telling no lie.
Binky said we over 2K here for 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
That's
God.
what Atlanta looking like right now.
He said, oh my God, I forgot Black Hippie. He out there in New York. He said where he's at is creeping up, but it's still good prices. 1,200 can get you a nice.
You just got to deal with that snow and that white supremacy.
See, that's another thing. I wanted to pivot a little bit because staying on the topic of New York, you know, a lot of the subject that's been coming up lately now is like the confrontation between, you know, black and brown and black and Asian and shit like that. And you know what sparked that whole shit was the whole Charleston White situation. Now I know that there's definitely some people out in New York who support Charleston White, who's a fan of his. To me, I think maybe because it's my mindset and how we've kind of grown up to like see certain things be, you know, especially when it comes to where you're from. A lot of people take pride in where they're from. I'm not saying that it's not that way with every race, but specifically for black people, you know, where they're from means a lot to them, and especially because of the fact that, you know, our history historically, you know, where we come from, we don't really know our lineage like that. You know what I'm saying? So we grasp on to, you know, where we're from here, and we hold near and dear to that. There's some people that heard what Charleston White said about New York, and you know, of course, there were people who were outraged, but the people that supported him were like, you know, he's just saying that just to say it. He just wants to piss, you know, people off, blah blah blah. What do you feel about that? Being somebody that's from
What did he say exactly? Because I saw what China Mac said, and I got some choice words for that fool, but I don't remember what Charleston White said.
Charleston, I mean, matter of fact, this comes with the situation with Math Hoffa as well. When he said what he said about Math Hoffa's kids, Math Hoffa responded. Then he went, and after Math Hoffa said what he said, he was like, you know, fuck New York. Everybody in New York could die, all this other shit. He was just saying a whole bunch of crazy shit about New York as a state. So, I mean,
like that's not nothing I haven't heard.
Right,
I've been on this earth over 30 years.
Exactly.
Everybody hates New York.
Yeah, well,
it is what it is.
You got a point there. There's been a lot of
it is what it is,
and I mean that goes with my point too about like when people hear things and the people that are fans of his hearing it and being like, well, he's just playing a character. I don't think he really feels that way. He just says the shit to, you know, shock value type shit.
Yeah, I mean that's what he is. He does these things because he knows there's gonna be enough people that are gonna co-sign it.
Yeah, he put this. He said FNY, F the Twin Tower victims and shit like that.
I've heard people say that, but here's the thing. And here's the problem with Charleston White. He says enough things that you make you think, you know what, he might have a point, but the other stuff, it outweighs that, but he already got away with it.
That's true.
Charleston White, I would love for you in 6 months to go down to One World Trade Center and say that while they're doing the ceremony. I don't think them cops and firefighters are going to love on you as much as you think. I'm just saying.
And Charleston White, no matter if he says a lot of stupid shit, he's not a stupid guy. He's definitely not going to do that.
Oh no, he won't do that. He can't take a gun to New York, number one.
Right.
But number two, you know what? He don't even got to do that. Go to any firehouse where you land, whichever airport. Go to a firehouse and say that. There's gonna be like 10 of them in you, and your little ass gonna get bounced. I'm just saying. You might go up the fireman's pole. I'm just saying.
So about China Mac, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like I like when people have their objective opinions about everybody. So with China Mac in that situation, how do you feel about how he responded? Because
China Mac is
I really don't.
We know about China Mac. China Mac is this wannabe. He just because he hang around black people, he think he gets certain passes. We got on him. I got on him because he wanted to do all this bloviating about Charleston White. That's great. Y'all want to leave it hip hop? Okay, cool. Sir, you said nothing about what Peter Liang, that cop that killed a girlie in Brooklyn. You said nothing, sir. Nothing. You didn't condemn him. Nothing. You didn't even condemn the Asian community that donated money to him. So you should not be talking about black issues. This is a black issue. You're interjecting yourself because it's New York. Sir, you get no love in New York. People don't even look at you.
I think one of the best responses to something that China Mac did was what Math Hoffa did, and that was re-upload a clip of him talking about how he feels about what side he would take. Because at the end of the day, I've always said this: it's cool to have allies. It's cool that people, kind of respect us in a way that they mimic or whatever what we do. Not so much that I'm like, oh, I'm fascinated by it or I'm infatuated with it. Like, yeah, you should want to try to be like us. It is very annoying a lot of the times. The thing about this whole China Mac situation, though, is at the end of the day, if something is going on in his community, he's going to back his community and he's going to get away from the quote unquote black side that he's been cosplaying his entire life. Because the story that he told on there was the fact that his grandpa was somebody who told him, hey, if you hang around them black dudes or you hang around them niggas again, as he's a kid, this is China Mac as a kid, he said his grandpa said this to him, you cannot come into my house. He told China Mac, if you hang around them black kids, you cannot come into my house. And China Mac said it was on that day that he didn't go in that house. He didn't want to be around his grandpa. And okay, cool story, right? But at the same time, that also being objective, it kind of makes me feel about the white girl whose parents don't like black dudes, so they get infatuated with black dudes and sleep with black dudes, but really deep down inside, they'll never marry a black dude. They'll never take a black dude seriously. They'll never relate. They'll never do any of that. Never really be accepted at all. It's just one of those things where it's a rebellion at that point. And I feel like his grandpa wasn't the only person that was saying that. I feel like it was a lot of his family, and it turned him into doing the whole rebellion thing.
Yeah. Now, what's his legacy going to be? What are you going to tell your kids about their family?
That's a good question.
What are you going to tell them?
Very good question. It's like with him, he's going to take pride in telling his kids that he was a rapper who was known, who did X, Y, and Z. But when it comes down to their culture, Asian people have a very strong culture and they hold on to their ideologies very, very tightly. So regardless of how he's going to present it, there's going to be his elders who, and I don't even know, they might be dying out at that point when he gets old enough to tell his kids about his accomplishments. But deep down, he knows his elders don't go for that, or they don't accept that as something to be honorable in their culture. Point blank, period. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean,
and that doesn't mean he can't stay true to what he feels. It doesn't mean that he can't be like, yo, I want to rap, but you can tell when somebody's putting up a character. Like he just had to put out a statement or a video talking about his past usage of the N-word, because that's something that they love to do. When you cosplaying and when you sit up there trying to develop and literally take the entire aesthetic of a black person and apply that to black people being monolithic in a way that you have to act a certain ways to feel black, even though that's not feeling black, that's just being a specific type of black, you confuse yourself and you put yourself in that type of situation.
Exactly. I mean, I want to know how many times he's talked about how he almost ran for murder. Because he went and killed somebody.
He holds that jail shit on his sleeve too. He holds the fact
nothing.
that and that's what I mean. That's
and you got off, sir. So what's up?
That should be looked at as a sign of disrespect to when we're on, and not just on the simple fact that he's talking about him going to jail, but because when people talk about him being, because he talked about that when people said, "Oh, you're a guest in hip hop," or you're a guest in this culture. To bring up that you went to jail, the fuck does that have to do with being black?
Yeah,
I know they lock up black people disproportionately. You know what I'm saying? I know that they do
No,
it at a
we
higher
didn't.
rate. But that don't mean we're all criminals. That don't mean we all did it. That don't mean that that's a staple or that's something that you can define us as.
Yeah, that's well. Again, how Paul Mooney say it, everybody want to be the N word till it's time to be an N word.
Exactly. Exactly. That's really what it is.
But then he ran right back when after this whole situation across the world started. He went back and he was an Asian person again.
We talking about China Mac. We talking about China Mac right now. That and yeah, like you said. So like that goes back to that conversation when he talked about what happened in his community when the whole Stop Asian Hate thing was happening. He was seeing videos on the internet of Asian people being attacked. He immediately went to try to do something to eradicate that problem in his own community. Ask China Mac through his entire stint, his entire hood stint
of black cosplay,
did he try to come to some type of realization that the violence happening between black people in the community was something he should step in and try to regulate or try to help fix? He didn't do shit until they started going at his own people. And on top of that, what's fucked up is not only did he not try to look after the same black people he tried to take up after, he involved himself in it. He contributed to that violence against other black people and that discrimination against other black people. You can call it what you want, street gang violence, street violence, whatever you want to call it. To me, if you are somebody who is outside of our race and you come in and you contribute to street violence against our own, you are an enemy of our people, just like the same motherfuckers that look like us.
Talk to them.
The same people who we look at, who we are tired of seeing contribute negatively to our culture, we have to put them in the same bracket as the motherfuckers cosplaying and helping to continue on that tradition of fuck shit. Just like when you have people in the media, like I was going to bring up Adam 22. See, I like what they doing with Adam 22 because I'm tired of people coming in here, taking what they can, as much as they can, bleeding the culture of as much money as they can, and then trying to make some huge switch and become white again and become some not even right wing, but just white wing, you know what I'm saying, platform after already taking from the culture and using up all these different black individuals to help boost your shit up. You cannot come here and take from the culture and leave unscathed anymore. And that's what I like to see. I don't wish jail or I don't wish death on anybody, but if you get that karma or you get that shit that come back up in your life, like what's happening with him and that underage girl, yeah, I mean, shit, you came here with an agenda.
It's like my man always says, the world is correct.
There we go.
The world is correct, because you would not pull that in white society. White society will get rid of you very quick,
man. And the way, and that's why, you know, I applauded those guys for leaving, because I know it wasn't easy. I know it's not easy, bro. It's hard for it's crazy.
See,
to
they
think
did
about
it
how
smart
hard
though,
it is.
because a lot of them, all three of them were personalities, so it wasn't that hard. They could just go start their own thing and they'll be fine.
Well, see, what I mean by that is No Jumper is a very big platform, and it's not that it's rare, but it's not common for people to branch off and just become successful off of just being on that major platform. We've seen a few people do it, but it's like how many people are going to gravitate towards that? And on top of that, when you think about algorithms and you think about how certain people can try to manipulate shit at a certain point, like when you think about what we do or what anybody does on this YouTube space or media space, anybody that does media, they aren't just going up against the other smaller YouTubers or other big YouTubers. They're going up against the CNNs and Fox Newses and all these huge entities who have first rank. And if you start to build your shit up, if you start to get huge in that space, they will try to bring you down. And it's a lot more easier. It will be a lot more easier for a No Jumper Adam and his whole crew that's left over there to try to sabotage or to try to, redirect the viewers and the people that's going over to fuck with them, which is now it's going to be harder because, they got the controversy to back it so more people can, come to their side. But it's like, that's the one thing that I was kind of afraid of for them, because I know how dirty the game is, and I know how people can manipulate shit. I know how people can go and flag your channel and report your shit just because they want to see you go backwards instead of moving forward. It's like, that was part of their problems in the first place. I feel like Adam was scared that AD was going to become somebody bigger than what the platform was, and he didn't want to see AD, a black man, come up bigger than the white man who created the platform that helped put him on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very good articulation of it. And also, like I said before, they'll be fine. They can create and they'll probably be bigger. I want to question the people that go on that man's show after all this comes out.
Yeah,
I got to question you, because that's like going on Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you want the look.
And that's the fucked up part about. That's why I say also, because it probably was hard for them to leave a platform that they know was paying them well. One of them niggas is, and that's another reason why I know a couple of them niggas stayed. Like the almighty nigga, like he talked about he getting paid 6 figures a year off this platform. If he leaves, he's definitely not touching that a year.
No, God, though.
Nobody's gonna be tuning in. He's not gonna have no music rocking. He can't sit there and do a whole pod or do a whole live or any of that by himself. He needs to be I'm sorry, that's how I see it. He needs to be a co-host. He's not a main host. He's not a main character in that simulation. So he's not gonna be able to do what he's doing there anywhere else. It's another tactic too with people in business. Like Adam can be like, yeah, I'm paying Almighty a 6-figure, a year. I'm paying him out 6 figures a year. He's not going to go anywhere because he knows he's not going to get that anywhere else. AD and those guys, T-Rail, those guys, these are people who are natural hustlers. These are people that can go outside of No Jumper and utilize their notoriety to bring in other deals and other outside shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I rock with that type of shit. I saw a lot of people trying to bring up, the divide, or trying to bring up the problems between black people and Hispanics because I posted, oh, look at black and brown going against the white man, because Duno, a Mexican cat over there at No Jumper, he left with the black dudes who left. AD, T-Rail, Smack, you know what I'm saying? He left with them.
Mm-hmm.
I posted that and niggas went crazy in the comments. They're, what, black and brown? Ain't no black and brown coalition, ain't it? These motherfuckers hate us. And I'm like, all right, even if that's true, why can't we look at a positive outlook on some shit and be positive about it instead of people being so fucking negative about shit? That's only increasing the divide.
Well, you got to kind of understand the way things are set up now. We, as black people, have always wanted to extend the hand to everybody, but now, when, especially with reparations, now we need the help. They don't want to help. They gave us our back after we extended their hand and helped them. Now you got to understand that people are going to feel like that there's no coalition. It was just it was a symbiotic relationship. So we're just going to say now, you know what? All right, we're just going to do for self now. Now everybody's pissed off that we're doing for self. Everybody want to help. Everybody want to work with us, and it's time to help us. It's kind of like doing like those science projects where everybody was supposed to contribute, but you're the one doing all the work, and everybody
and that's like the with how everything's going when people talk about should we have allies or should we trust people? It's like, it's cool to have allies, but at the end of the day, we got to trust ourselves. We got to trust ourselves. We got to depend on each other. We cannot depend on nobody else, because at the end of the day, nobody takes us seriously.
They're gonna take us seriously. They taking us seriously now.
I mean, if you
I
talk,
mean, think of it
we're
like
at the
this.
point now
Are
where
you
we
on
got our
Twitter?
own fighting against us.
Are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
So yeah, Black American trended today. Reparations trended on Saturday. Anything that we've been doing, remember they said Creed 3 was supposed to be trash. That literally just beat a Marvel, a DC movie this weekend. Its opening weekend beat out a DC movie with a way bigger budget. I think people are starting to take it seriously. I mean, hell, we do something and we're having politicians within 2 weeks try to copy it.
Man.
Like, for example, when that whole balloon thing happened, with them Chinese balloons coming, and I hate the critter, but I gotta give him his respect. D.L. Hughley made a joke out of it. Inside of a week, Marjorie Taylor Greene went and made a joke out of it. But we know where she got it from. We innovate a lot of things over here, but they don't want to give us credit for it. And then when we ask for credit for it, we don't even want the money. Just acknowledge where you got it from. It becomes a problem.
Historically,
yes, sir.
Historically, they have taken shit from us and not giving us credit. This is historical actions from that side. And it continues to happen to this day. And whether it be on a major scale or minor scale, we see it. Everything is crazy. Like, because like you said, being on Twitter, you see how white people are now being fed that. And this is right after Elon Musk took over this motherfucker. He wanted the whole free speech thing, right? But what he actually did was open up the realm of algorithms to show white people being assaulted by black people and creating this narrative that all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, black people decided they want to just start attacking white people, and the shit's just making the internet.
And then what did we do?
A lot of these videos have been old, by the way.
Right. But what did we do to counter that?
I mean, there's plenty of videos out there of
I'm not even talking
people.
videos. I'm not even talking videos. What did we
what
do?
do you mean?
Did we not reverse on them and do what they like to do to us with stats?
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so
what did we drop on them?
That's I like that you brought that up, because you see how they've been acting with the insurrection shit.
Yes, sir.
Using the same talking points that they used on us during the Black Lives Matter protests, whatever you want to call them, the riots, burning, whatever, fuck them. I don't give a fuck. They came up and we using these same talking points with these people, and they ironically using the same shit that we said back in 2020, 2021, 2022 to try to help their points.
Exactly. And
we'll give you the statistic shit.
Right. And when white people started saying that they were being attacked by black folks, what did we put up? Who was getting hit with who was the biggest victims of hate crimes? Us. Since y'all wanted to say it was the Asians all day, it was actually us. But okay. Then what it ended up happening, like you just said, they tried to say that, oh, you got to stop being a victim. You got to stop being a victim. You got to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Okay. What do you see white people on Twitter doing now? Now that we're talking about reparations and slavery.
First of all, they are now using the victim shit. They are now the
try to say they're victims.
They are victims now. They're the ones that are having to deal with this, what they call it, reverse racism.
And also saying that the Irish were slaves, when we all know, including their own people, and if you ask an Irish person in between Guinness swigs, they'll tell you they were indentured servants, not slaves. Two different concepts, but they understand that reparations is so further ahead than they thought, because it's even creeped up on their favorite place, Fox News. Shout out to Torian Rain for that.
And here's the thing: that right. Even that in itself is an excuse. That's a way to dismiss the things that we've been going. Every single thing that they try to combat us with when it comes to reparations in this country is an excuse.
And we went in, no, they'll try to say we went
accountability.
in, we were along the same ride you were on. That's going to be their next excuse. We were just as oppressed as you were. Do you see what happened in the last 3 years, Mr. GMS?
See, they had their little argument for the past couple of years. So, well, black people own slaves too. Black people sold slaves too in Africa. Black people. Hey, man.
And what did we tell them to shut them up? Yeah, they got to pay off too. So what's the problem? Africa gonna have to pay off too. So what's the problem?
Yeah, we want our reparations from the niggas too.
You can sit there with Mr. Right, you and Mr. Mbute as defendants can sit in them defendants chair. Y'all gonna pay off. Cut the check already. Let's go.
And none of that disregards what happened
exactly
to people in this country, bro. Exactly. And they continue to disregard the things that we went through, so much so that it has warped the minds of our own. You got people combating reparations. People talking about how we don't either deserve them or that we shouldn't get them or trying to allocate them somewhere else.
You know why? They're afraid they can't go back to England and run some scams.
Oh my God, bro.
It's okay. It's okay, bro. It's okay. You know how they say we put them on the Summer Jam screen. They keep talking. We just keep documenting. All right. Because if we catch y'all when this happens, if we catch y'all during the party, y'all remember that song Stomp by Kurt Franklin? Yeah, it's gonna have a new meaning.
That's facts. Oh, I see I got my man Amir in the building, man. Hey, let's get my B1 brother in the building. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on with y'all?
Chilling, man. How you feeling, bro?
Doing good today, man. Doing good, man. I'm hearing what y'all saying, man, and I'm loving it, man. This is why I've always been a big fan of the GMS, man, because we not only do the social, but we also do the political, and we do the stuff for the family as well. But definitely. as a FBA brother, you know what I mean, and not know, a lot of people like to say Nashidian and all that. It don't have nothing to do with that because Claude Anderson brought up the FBA when it was Native Black American. Black people been here for a while, and that's what our whole thing is. They try to that's my daughter, my bad, John.
No, you good, you good.
They try to make us feel like we were brought here, or we owe somebody something for bringing us out of savagery and all this type of things.
Right.
And as my boy Kid Gravity was saying, I was actually, I didn't know you listened to Torian, but Torian be on that as well. As far as other Aboriginals, a lot of us were here already. A lot of Black people were here already. So they bring the Mongolian. Oh, see, it's windy out here. They bring them.
Oh, we lost the feed. Probably went off the Wi-Fi. That's what happened.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Don't you just love it when they just be talking?
Yeah.
Hey, Caucasoids. Let's talk to you real fast.
Caucasoids.
Let's talk to y'all real fast. Before y'all have a discussion with us about what happened to Black folks, I'm gonna need y'all to start taking regular showers. I'm gonna need y'all to do it because ever since lockdowns, y'all must have did what they used to do back in the 70s, pay 5 cents to get in the bathroom.
When they all coming out the woodworks talking about, I don't shower.
Bruh, another one just came
necessary.
Out. I just read one in New York Post just came out yesterday talking about she was making 100,000. She used to be an adult star. Now she a data engineer. She make 100,000. She said she had more relations than she took showers last year. She had 63 relations, only showered 37 times. How?
Yeah. That's fucking disgusting, bro. And they all coming out the woodwork. Hey, yeah, like they say they'll use washcloths.
You got celebrities sitting there talking about I don't shower my kids. I don't bathe my kids unless I see dirt on them.
Oh, that was Ashton and Mila Kunis.
And Kristen Bell and her baby daddy. I had another one try to tell everybody, unless my armpit smell, I ain't gonna shower. You a female.
You a female. Hey, who the fuck? Hey, was that Ice Cube?
That's a female.
That's a female. You're gonna wash your motherfucking arms, man. That's just especially for women, bro.
Your arms.
Especially for women. Like even you holistic hoes who be letting your armpits grow out. Please.
Talking about they don't use
washcloths. Deodorant, man.
Yeah, I played a video last week. Mother said he don't use no washcloth. I'm like, so what you using? Then I caught another one. They talking about she tested the soap. The soap had no water on it. He said, "What'd you use?" My hand.
Oh my Lord, Jesus.
Huh? You can't get no lather just straight on your hand, bro. Even if you put the liquid directly on you, because I use black soap.
Yeah.
A little big or a long way. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you put it in your hand, it don't get the lather right.
Nah,
you got to put that. You got to get in between them crevices.
Get a loofah, nigga. Shit.
I'm surprised they don't shower. I'm surprised they still do laundry.
Right.
But then again, we are seeing commercials of them talking about, oh, this is my daughter's princess dress. It could get dirty. And I ain't gonna wash it because she want to wear it every day.
That's just pure disgusting behavior.
Yeah.
That is disgusting behavior, and that's by people who are setting their children up for failure. That's why a lot of these little niggas, man, see, that's what it makes a lot of sense now when I go to school and I be like, bro, why do you be stinking 3-4 days out of the week?
How is soap? Okay, if they're not all using soap, how is soap still around? Black folks don't use that much soap. I'm just saying.
Hey, man, somebody got to be buying that shit. But I know it ain't a certain demographic. I know it's a certain demographic. Hey, Amir, you got
yes, sir.
You got any last words, man? Before I end it, I gotta head to the gym pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my pump on. I'm trying to get
hey,
healthy.
Be careful. If you see a chick with a camera, you better move.
Right. Ain't that shit
man.
crazy, bro?
Yeah,
I'll be
man.
trying not to look at motherfuckers, bro. I'll be on the treadmill. I'll be, you know what I'm saying? I'll be doing the weights and shit, and there be motherfuckers walking past. I'll just be like, oh, I don't see nothing.
You can't be a man no more. You can't be a man no more.
You can't even glance like, oh, damn, okay, that's cool. Motherfuckers be like, harassment. Are you trying to scrape me?
Just
like,
look.
Meanwhile,
just let it work out.
Look. Meanwhile, you got the tightest tights on, pulled up to your belly button, got everything out. Are you looking at what I got showing?
Yeah, we need to see the next time I do this, man. We're gonna have a conversation about what the proper attire for the gym, because it's not about policing what women wear. All right, we're not going to the nightclub. We're not out here trying to take a bunch of snapshots for IG. If you're going to work out. You don't have to try to look the best and try to be the sexiest motherfucker in the gym to do a workout. And if you think that a straight man who loves women is not going to look or glance over at you, and you in the gym with the tightest shorts and the crop top and all that other shit, you lost your mind.
You just watch your eyes, sir.
That's just the way. That's just the way of the world, man. We cannot change that. All right. There's nothing you can do about the human aspect of attraction. You cannot do anything about that. That is a human trait.
They're trying to. They're trying to outlaw it. They're basically trying to outlaw basic instincts, the things that you are born with, you know? So you better be careful with them eyes, sir.
I'll be sitting there with doing the Stevie Wonder and that motherfucker. Stevie / motherfucking Ray
that
Charles.
Gonna help. They're gonna say you a blind pervert.
You was thinking about it.
They were saying I was looking at every bitch in there. I was just doing this all the time. You couldn't stop looking at ass.
You gonna mess around look like this here.
You can't win for losing.
Look that picture right quick. That's how they say we be looking. Why we
right? Perfect. And those are the two perfect dudes to put up too.
I was looking for the other one where old girl walked off and they was looking at her butt. I'm surprised. You know what? I'm surprised the feminists ain't writing no think pieces about that.
That's not because
they can't do that to the quote unquote corny guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they tried already. You don't remember when Jonathan did that whole cover? They tried to say how he was a little homosexual.
Oh,
Well,
I thought
you
you meant they was trying to talking about trying to say a nigga was harassing them or some shit, not the other shit. Well, I did see that.
Yeah.
I definitely
that,
saw
that
them
did
going
look
in on him for that shit.
that did look a little moist. I will
It was
say
a little sus. Yes, it was.
yes it did. Ain't no buff dude like that pursing his lips up like that. I mean, what's your person?
Are y'all straight men looking at the plus size girls? Hey, don't y'all say they thick? Ain't that the word?
Yeah,
They thick. They on fleek.
Yeah, they
We ain't
think now.
supposed to look. Now we wrong if
big
we don't look at the
boned.
plus size girls. We wrong.
No,
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to be showing them more love. I thought we were supposed to be showing the big girls more love, and now we can't because motherfuckers
that's
think
just
we harassing.
Lizzo. No, that's only for Lizzo.
Oh
That's
yeah,
only for Lizzo.
Lizzo
Only.
the only one that
Yeah,
could
only.
stand on
I
stage,
promised
twerk ass, and
myself
play the
3
flute.
years ago I would never talk about Lizzo again.
Now look,
I'm
let me
adhering to that.
let me give y'all something. Let me give you something real quick. Let me give you something. Now look, when the white girls be heavy set, they quickly lose that weight. When the black girls be fat, they go, "Oh man, that looks so good on you. You look so great."
My 600-pound life would like a word.
Come on now, I'm just
My
saying.
600-pound life would like a word.
Right?
Hey,
I mean,
my
those
nigga
are the
Jake
few.
say like them thick.
Look, those are the few and far betweens on TV.
Honey Boo Boo messed the game up.
As far as they stars, they don't do that. Look how they did the girl from America. What is that? What was that? The top model? Or not top model? The Stinger girl. She got for Kelly Clarkson. She got fat. Oh no, hey, you can't be out here like that now.
She don't care. She got a TV show. She don't care.
She always pregnant. That's why.
It is.
You can't.
Hey, you saw what they did with Adele?
Exactly.
What they do with her?
As soon as she lost that weight, got that black man. Now all of a sudden.
That's because the black man. That's
all
because
of
the
a
black
sudden.
man. That's because the black man.
They tried to play my man's, yo. They tried to say that he was getting with her to be for a come up. I'm like, do y'all know who this nigga is?
Do you know how much money she broke off on the baby daddy?
Oh my god, how much?
They was talking about 130.
Oh, she got Tiger Woods.
130 million.
She got Tiger Woods. Oh my god.
On the baby daddy.
Hey, she rolling in the deep for real, huh?
Oh, no, he rolling in the deep. He rolling in the he's swimming in a motherfucking swimming pool full of hunters, nigga. He probably playing that song right now.
He getting paid
straight up.
Hey,
look, man.
Hey, that's what's up. Him and Britney Spears, the dude that ran off on Britney Spears. Get your paper, my boy.
Yeah, equal rights, nigga. Equal rights.
Equal rights, motherfucker. Equal fucking rights.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. I'm finna dead the stream, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Kid Gravity, Amir Stanfield, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Great conversation with you, kid, man. We're gonna have to do this again for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring you over to the other side.
I'm gonna check you out, Gravity. I'm gonna check you out, Gravity, for sure. Right after this, I'm gonna go and see what's up with you.
Cool.
Yeah, GMS fam, everybody that's watching live and the people that's gonna catch this later on, man, make sure you go tap in with Kid Gravity's channel.
Yeah,
subscribe,
and I'm
make sure
actually
you pull
doing
up
a collaboration with Tori and Rain at 8:00
tonight.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, we already recorded it. We could record it last week, but it premieres tonight at 8:00.
Well, then go subscribe and make sure y'all catch that at 8:00 tonight, man. Check out my man Kid Gravity, man. I appreciate y'all so much, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, you see a white girl, you better go to the other side of that gym.
You know I am.
I stay on my lonesome, man.
I've
been a big black man my entire life, man. I done trained myself to
now.
Stay
you say you was up in Minnesota, right?
Yep.
When y'all go to y'all gym, y'all have on them Eskimo jackets when y'all be on the trail.
I
was asking for a friend.
Well, that was Kid Gravity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's.
I'm a Packer fan, so I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers abandoned y'all niggas. How you feel about that?
And that's cool.
Wait, he left? Cool. Wait, he finally left? Wait,
he went to the Jets, but that's cool, man. We should have, man. I'm cool on all that. Man.
I didn't know that was official.
Bro.
Oh yeah, that's distraction. He definitely leaving.
Wait, but don't y'all have a black quarterback now?
Yeah, but Jordan Love ain't. We'll see. We'll see.
You never know.
I hope so, but we'll see.
In like 12 years, he'll be going to the Jets.
He can go now.
God damn.
All right, y'all, man. GMS fan, I love y'all, man. Be safe.
All right, man. Love, man. Peace, bro. All right, y'all. Hey, man. Shout out to the GMS fan, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Hey, put some love in the chat, man. Shout out to Kid Gravity. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe over there and check him out tonight at 8:00 and after and so. You know, we got to support each other, man, in many ways, not just in real life, but also in these spaces, because they continue to try to monitor and try to suppress our voices, our faces, our ideas. We got to continue to be there for each other no matter what. So, GMS fam, I appreciate y'all. It's been dope. I don't have no music or no outro because I'm on StreamYard. So this shit is just going to end right now.